Kombat 1, baby! Oh yeah! Yeah! All right. Yo, what is this? I just wanted to log in and do scorpion shit. Swing my tampon lanyard. And do teleports and things like that. Now I find out the scorpion's he's making a cameo, and there's guest characters, and I gotta be Omni-Man, and all kinds of nonsense. What is this? Mortal Kombat 1 is not like your normal fighting game where it's just one-on-one dude. There's an entire cameo system with tag team mechanics, but just assists and all of that. That's a little bit overwhelming for you guys just starting out, especially if you've never played a fighting game before, but more importantly, if you've only played Mortal Kombat before. There's a lot of things different and interesting about the cameo system, and in this video, I'm going to explain what cameos are, how cameos work, and most importantly, a couple of tips on how to properly pick the right cameo for you, so you can get out there and start swinging your tampon lanyard around and getting your tea bags and all of that in your combat league with your scorpion. Let's get into it. Cameos are a new system in Mortal Kombat 1 that allow you to kind of play sort of a tag team setup, right? It's not really a tag team game, it's more of an assist game. So when you're playing it, don't think of it like Tekken Tag or like Marvel vs. Capcom. Think of it more, or Marvel vs. Capcom 2 specifically. Think of it as like Marvel vs. Capcom 1, or I believe King of Fighters 2000 with the, or 2001 had the Striker system. What it does is it gives you access to a secondary character that holds a certain set of special moves, right? Generally speaking, we're talking about 3 to 4 different special moves that the cameo character is going to have. So don't think about it as a full-on second character that I gotta learn that has like 500 other moves. No, you only gotta learn one character with 500 moves, and then you get to choose a section that gives you 3 to 4 extra moves to add on top of it. They're done by pressing the cameo button. You have one going forward, you have one going backwards, you have one straight down the middle. And occasionally you'll have one that's pressing up, one that's pressing down, or one that's holding the button. But at most, you're gonna have about 4 different extra moves that you can add to the character you already have. Don't think of it like a tag team, think of it like a variation from Mortal Kombat X. You have your normal character, and then you're just gonna add a piece to complete that character. 4 moves. That's it. The thing that's important to note about cameos is that there are 2 kinds of cameo. There are summons and there are ambushes. And the difference between the two is very, very important. Summon cameos allow you to call in your cameo, but what it does is it makes your character stand in place, do a little pose, and then step to the side, and then the cameo comes out, does their thing, when the cameo leaves, then you resume control of your character. These are summon type cameo. The second type of cameo is the ambush. What the ambush does is it allows you to maintain control of your character while the assist, or the cameo, comes out and does their thing. You push the button, you don't pause, you don't freeze, you just do what you want immediately, no matter what, and then the homie comes out and they do their thing. Choosing between a summoned cameo and an ambush cameo is an important part, picking which cameo is going to work for your character. It's kind of important in a 2D game to be able to move back and forth between, at all. And if you're pulling out cameos and you're stuck in place, then you can't do nothing but If you don't really need to move, then what does it matter if they can move around and you can't? When choosing an assist, there are really 3 things that you need to keep in mind. And your assist needs to cover one of these things. That's it. First thing, getting the hit. Your character struggles with getting the initial hit. Like you need a mix-up, or you need a projectile, or you need something to hurt your opponent to start your offense. That's the getting the hit. The second thing is going to be extending the hit. It's going to explain itself. Combo extenders, you got the Sub-Zero freeze, Sonya's air shot, extending your hit. If your character doesn't really have a lot of combo extenders, for example, someone like Havoc or Rico, a lot of them are going to rely heavily on something that can extend their combos further beyond what they normally could do in the situation they're in. The third thing is gimmicks, and this is pretty much any kind of utility that you're looking for within your Kameo. Cover something that doesn't necessarily get you a hit or extend the hit you have. This is probably the most important Kameo you should be looking for if you're a beginning player, and that is the Kameo that you use to get the hit. For the most part, take for example, this guy like Johnny Cage here. He has no projectiles, right? You used to have like balls. You don't got ball now. He's got shiny hands, right? No projectile. So how does Johnny Cage get this hit? He's got to get in, and Baraka will probably be throwing things at him, braid sparks and whatnot. So what we did was we equipped him with his wife, Sonya, because, you know, it's all about keeping it real like that. She has a projectile to help Johnny Cage get that initial hit. And you can combo from that projectile if you, what is it? Let's see, what do we got? 1, 2. Oh no, 2, 1, 2. Oh, here we go. 2, 1, 2. Combo. Listen. You guys remember this. Bam, right? You can do that. Combo into it, so it still has the utility of extending your combos, but for the most part it helps you get the hit as Johnny Cage, because otherwise you're just sitting here kind of doing things. And if they're jumping in and you land this as an anti-air, get a juggled shadow kick afterwards really quick and easy, right? That's the first thing you want to do when looking for a Kameo, is find something that can get a hit for you, like Johnny Cage. Another example of getting the hit, right, is if, say, your mix-up's a little weak, right? So, for example, Smoke has this string here. It starts with a low, 4, 3, 2. Starts with a low, goes into an overhead. There's really no mix-up there, though, right? So, unless you're really good in the neutral and you can land this first hit as a whiff punish, like, you're just going to be doing the same low overhead over and over and over, and your opponent can block accordingly. So what I did was I equipped him here with Kung Lao, and Kung Lao has a summonable low hat, right? So you can go with that. Oh, hold on, wrong button. That into low hat, and then that into overhead. So you're mixing up the low and the overhead, keeping them guessing, right? Now remember, this move is right? It's a summonable assist, so you're not going to be able to act freely afterwards. You're going to use this as a kind of pressure bullying tool to be like, hey man, hey dog, I know you like to block that, right? I know you like to block that, okay? But I need you to stop blocking this move, because like I can do combos off of this one, right? I can do whatever, I can do that, okay? I got to get this move. That second hit, I got to get, right? So I'm going to get you to stop blocking that, right? Stop, okay? Over there. Hey, what are you doing? Double low. Right now they start blocking low. Go for the overhead. Confirm from there. You use your Kameo as a way to fish for that initial hit, right? There are also Kameos that'll just straight up mix up the other way around, right? But it's to gain that initial hit. So, a good example of a character that probably needs an assist to extend the hit is going to be Havoc. Right? He doesn't really have a whole lot as far as strings and launchers, and you know, when he gets a launch, not a lot going on continuing his combo, right? So he'll hit somebody as a Kameo to extend his combo further. For example, the easy mode option right now that's really popular is Serena. You can just do a regular string into Serena, get in, the string again, in this arena, and finish it out with a special move. Boom. 25% without any bar. A lot of damage, meterlessly. I did spend all of my Kameo, but you see how you can easily extend the hit you have there. Right now, the popular one is Serena. A lot of people like using Serena because she kind of makes this concept face roll, because you have all day to hit confirm. But again, a character like this, right? The whole point of an assist like this is to extend the hit you've already got. This is for players that have already established how to get that hit in the first place. Okay, so a lot of I guess a lot of really bad players are kind of infecting Combat League right now with something like this. And a combo extender option, focusing all in it on a combo extender option is good if you're an intermediate player and maybe you haven't gotten the execution to optimize something really, really cool, so you want to throw in something sort of easy mode to extend your combo there. Then you'll want to look for an extender in that regard. But that's for the most part what it is to extend the combo that you've already established further, right? Focus on this if you are an intermediate player who already knows how to get a hit and you want to make your hits hit harder. If you find that gap in your game plan, then absolutely, this is where you want to jump on. Okay, the final reason to go searching for a Kameo, or the final thing that you're looking for, is going to be gimmicks and shenanigans. This is for more advanced players, but this is where the actual fun and meat of this game comes, all right? So, one of the gimmicks and shenanigans is perhaps maybe covering a gap within your character build, right? For example, Natara here, she's very squishy. If you notice her health on the top there, she's got 900 health, and Rico, right over there, he's got about 1,050 health, right? So Natara's pretty squishy. She also does not have any kind of reversal without doing this stuff. You notice that hurts her. So, right? You do this, it hurts you, and then now that is a reversal. She has no armored way to get out of pressure. So what I did was I equipped her with a Kameo that does the reversal for her. We got the cross thing, and this has armor on it. You can call it out. If you're getting beat up while you're laying on the ground, they're doing wake-up shenanigans and all that. I took one gap in the character, I threw that in there. It's not something consistent that I can rely on. For example, it's not in her command list baked into it. I could use it once or twice here and there, but it is a threat. It is a threat that you have to keep in mind, and it is a defensive option that I have to kind of throw out there as a gimmick. It's not something that you're going to be like, oh man, it's Natara. She's got this amazing wake-up attack I got to watch out for. It's more of like, oh, you could do that. Oh. So, bringing it all back together. A Kameo is just an extension to your character. It's not an extra character. It doesn't really add a whole lot of extra complexity to your character. It adds at most 3 or 4 moves. Think of them like an assist character in the King of Fighters series or Marvel vs. Capcom 1, or as like a variation reminiscent of Mortal Kombat X. They just add a little bit of extra juice to your character. There are 2 different kinds. There are summoning Kameos and there are ambush Kameos, and that is very important because summoning Kameos do not allow you to act. They keep you locked in place. You cannot move, and they replace a special move or they add a special move to your original going on string. The second kind of Kameo involved in this is the ambush, and that is the one that allows you to act freely and do whatever you want while the Kameo goes out and does whatever they want. What you should be looking for when deciding what Kameo to pick, you need to think about what kind of level you are as a player and one of the 3 things and how those 3 things relate to you as a player. If you are a beginner player, you need something to help you extend the hit and combo further so you can get a little bit more damage and earn that hit, right? When you earn that hit, your hits matter more. If you're more of an intermediate player, you want to find something to help you land that hit, right? If your neutral is a little bit off and your opponent is keeping you out or keeping you from landing that hit, you'll find something to help you get in or help you get a mix-up or something to get that first hit, because you're an intermediate player and you already have the execution to combo after that optimally, right? When you're looking for optimal damage, think about around 30%. If you can't nail 30% on your own, then you're going to want to grab a Kameo. So that way, you only have to touch your opponent 3 times to get a win, right? 30% health is of 1,000, of a 100%, right? That's 3 touches. You want to bring the game down to 3 touches. If you're a beginner, right, you want to get your damage up so that way it's less than 3 touches. If you're an intermediate player, you want to get your openings up, because then when you open them up, you can get those 3 touches. You'll be able to get that 30% without your Kameo, so you can use your Kameo for a little bit more free-flowing creativity. And then the third option is if you're a more advanced player and you know how to open your opponent up. You've got solid neutral and fundamentals. You also have maximized your damage. You have just solid bread and butters. You can hit 30% without a Kameo. You can hit 40%, 50% the damage, and this game can get really absurd and ridiculous, right? So if you're an advanced player, then you're looking for gimmicks. You're looking for things to make you unsafe, or make your unsafe moves safe, or maybe teleport you around to get around some sort of tricky setup or something. Gimmicks, things that aren't necessarily going to be consistent, but can throw off your opponent. This is different from earning the hit, right? This is different from finding a Kameo to help you get the hit, because this isn't going to be something to set up that hit, right? It's not like you're going for a mix-up and getting the hit with it. It's like, oh yeah, I could use it in this way, but I could also use it to get around the screen. Or I can also use it to defend myself. Like, I don't have a reversal. I can get the hit on my own, right? I'm Natara. I can triangle jump. I can make a lot of big-ass explosions when I get that hit. I'm Natara. She hits for a bunch, right? But, I don't have a reversal. And I can't really rely on a Kameo as a reversal, but as a gimmick, I can throw my opponent off, turn the tide of battle, and reestablish my advantage. So, when you're looking for a Kameo, make sure you understand where you stand in the totem pole of player abilities. Go back and watch your matches. Think about what you did wrong, what you did right, and where you could improve. And when you're looking at that and you're saying, you know what? That guy blocked me the whole time. I could not open him up. Getting the hit. Find a Kameo that works within your character to get a hit. Or, it's like, man, every time I hit him, it's like, yo, I hit him for this much, and then he hits me, it hits him for this much. He hits me 2 times, I die, I gotta hit him 10 times to get him to kill. Maybe find a Kameo to extend the hit that you've already found a way to earn. And then if you're a beast, you're a legend, you're just really, really good, it's time to find some shenanigans to blow up the minds of the players that are of equal or greater skill than you. Be warned, though, with the gimmicks and shenanigans, there's a reason why I say that they're not a consistent source of damage, defense, offense, what have you. They are a gimmick. They can be blown up. There's usually an answer to them. So be careful. And have fun teabagging and fatal blowing, because your Combat League match does not count if you did not teabag and fatality in the Mortal Kombat League.
Hey, so if you follow YouTube enough, you know that they like to put weird stuff all over the screen for the last 30 seconds. So this is gonna fill that space. Yeah, it's probably right there and there, all over the place right now. Yeah, go ahead and click that stuff if you want. And that's 30 seconds.